All right, Noel, who do we have up next? Your friend, my friend, our friend, the man, the myth, the legend, Adam Kuban. Adam, if you're there, let's get that video started. See you all in about 15.
I hope he's there. Where is
Hey,
Adam
I'm
Kuban?
here. What's
Adam,
up?
sir,
How y'all
where are
doing?
you today?
Coming to you from Queens, New York City, Forest
Absolutely.
Hills, the land of the Ramones, and Paul Simon, and maybe Gene Simmons a little bit.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Adam. So
Yeah,
we have a lot to cover. I'm sorry we're moving very quickly. Originally, I wanted
fine.
to give you a half hour, but we're going to try to cover a variety of pizza styles in a very short time. I want to thank Lloyd Pans for helping to sponsor today. And I know that you are a user of Lloyd Pans. What pan do you have right there?
So this is a nesting deep dish pan. It's a 10-inch. I've got two of those. I've got the 12-inch nesting deep dish. I've got 40 of these.
40. Wow.
And then this is a fun one. This is they're somewhat newish. 4 by, what is this? I don't know, 4 by 12. Somebody tell me. It's like a neat, long, skinny pan that you can use for all sorts of fun stuff. You get all edge here with this one. You can do like Detroit style all edge.
When
And
you
all
say
these that
all
I'm
edge,
showing you.
Adam, what do you mean? Because for those people who aren't initiated into the realm of pan pizzas, what does that mean to you, all edge?
Well, all edge. You go to get a Sicilian or a Detroit style, you're going to ask for a corner slice, maybe an edge slice, or some people like middle slices. I don't know about them, but a middle slice will have no crust. This thing, you could get like, say, 2 to 4, 3, however you want to cut it, but they're all going to have some kind of crust edge. If you're making Detroit style, if you're all familiar with Detroit style, which we'll go over soon, it's got that Frico crust, that crispy cheese crust. So this, every slice on this gets the crust.
Beautiful.
So
So let's
I've
do
got,
this. Let me just say a thing or two, and then I'll let you launch into your beautiful virtual
sure.
tour. One of the ways that we've come together recently during COVID is we've been teaching bar pie classes together, right? Or
Right.
whatever we're allowed to call them, right? So I wonder if you wouldn't mind. I know you're going to cover a variety of styles today, but make sure to stop and talk about the bar pies because they're absolutely one of my favorites. And different from Detroit, they're super thin and crispy, and they also have that Frico crust thanks to the beautiful pan that you use and the way that you treat it. So without further ado, sir, take it away.
Sure. Well, bar pie is my favorite style, and it probably gets an inordinate amount of slides in this thing. So let's go. So a lot of you might know me from a blog called Slice way back in the day, from 2003 to 2011. It was like it was the internet's first pizza blog. It was not like it was. And prior to Facebook and Twitter, it kind of functioned as a weird space where you could read random pizza news and articles, peruse pizza reviews from a variety of contributors around the US, including me here in New York. And you could meet different pizza obsessed people from around the world in the comments section. In fact, that's how I met Noel, how it led to all this slow rise stuff I've been doing with them. Um, so a lot of you might know me from my Instagram account. Maybe some of you followed me over here to this pizza link today through that. From the various workshops I've done with slow rise, some of you might have taken those. Or from my pizza pop-up. It's called Margot's Pizza. It's named for my daughter. And again, that's where I use these. That's why I have 40 of these 12-inch nesting deep dish pans. They've served me very well for going on 6 years now. I have the PSTK, the preseason tough coat. They never have a problem with sticking. Anyway, for this session, Noel asked me to go through some regional pizza styles to kind of help set the table for how wide-ranging pizza is as a vehicle for deliciousness. So I'm going to share my screen. Regional
Wow,
pizza styles. Sorry.
no
All
worries.
right. I mean, first we're going to start with Neapolitan. I think pretty much everybody knows Neapolitan. Its origin is in Naples. Comes out of a wood-fired oven. It's small, 12 inches, maybe 30 to 35 centimeters. It is deceptively simple. Um, it seems simple, but you've got to manage a number of things. Dough fermentation, ingredients, and messing with a wood-fired oven, which is no small feat. It is really the only the only style in this presentation that is officially certified. You may be familiar with the Associazione Vera Pizza Napoletana. I'm sorry out there for Italians. I butchered it. I took Spanish and German and a little bit of Japanese. So I never got my Italian down. My priorities were whack. But anyway, it's the only one with official certification that tells you what ingredients you can use, how it has to be cooked, how it has to be made. So it's really interesting, and it like really has quality control all over the world. Its origin is in Naples, but it has spread around the world in the last 15 to 20 years. Here you've got the very basic marinara. It's like the most basic, most elemental expression of the Neapolitan style. Then you've got the Margarita. Both of these are from Don Michele in Naples. Margarita either has mozzarella di bufala or fior di latte, and basic sauce, simple sauce. It's crushed San Marzano tomatoes with a little salt added, and some basil, of course. And from Neapolitan, you go to New York Neapolitan. Now, I've always seen these as kind of a direct evolution. You had the Neapolitan immigrants come to the East Coast, to New York City, to New Haven, to New Jersey. They were baking in giant coal-fired bread bakery ovens, making bread, and then they also made pizza in these same ovens. So in that Neapolitan style pizza morphs into New York Neapolitan or coal-fired style, or I've seen some people on the pizzamaking.com forums, they used to call it New York Elite style. And now it's a bigger format. It's a 16 to 18-inch pizza. It's cooked at a lower temperature, so it cooks longer. It gets a little more crisp. Instead of using mozzarella di bufala, you've got fior di latte, the cow's milk mozzarella. But other than that, you've still got that same beautiful, simple sauce of San Marzano tomatoes, and it's also very minimally topped. Even to this day, a lot of these coal oven pizzerias don't really go in for too many toppings. From there, you're going to evolve into New York slice pizza. It is that same style, but now cooked in a gas deck oven. I mean, now you'll see they'll be cooked in electric ovens. Electric is taking over a little bit. But in 1934, Frank Mastro here in New York City invented the deck oven. And that really made pizza, it really made slice pies able to kind of proliferate throughout the city. It's the same larger format pizza, like coal oven, but now you're using a low moisture mozzarella. Oftentimes because it's cheaper, easier, it has a longer shelf life, and this allows them to make the pizza, well, allows them to more easily make pizza. So these shops proliferate. An interesting thing about Frank Mastro is he actually set up a demonstration kitchen where he would sell his ovens and then teach people how to make New York slice pizza. And of course, it's sold by the slice. This style should be crisp, yet satisfyingly chewy, not too chewy though, and it's foldable without cracking. I know Scott Wiener from Scott's Pizza Tours. Everybody in the pizza world knows him. He believes it needs to be bigger than that plate. So this pizza from Joe's Pizza here satisfies that requirement. Now, I just mentioned New Haven earlier. New Haven, where they call it a Beats. It's originally, again, baked in the coal-fired bakery ovens. Now that varies. Some of them have adopted different fuels to fire the ovens, but it's still New Haven style. It's typically thicker and chewier than New York style. You got that oblong shape. There's significant charring on it. One thing there, you order a plain, in New York, you would order a plain, that would be sauce mozzarella. In New Haven, a plain is only topped with sauce, oregano, and maybe a little bit of Romano. Here's a photo of Pepe's. They invented the white clam pie, is now proliferated among New Haven, and it gets onto the menus of many pizzerias. throughout the U.S. I will confess that white clam pie here is from the Yonkers, New York branch of Pepe's. I was going to go back to the New York City thing and talk about how Sicilian is like another style you'll see in New York City pizzerias, but I have to bring it back to Sfincione, which is the original Sicilian pizza. Its origin is Palermo, Sicily. It's a pan-baked pizza. It's really the original Sicilian pizza. It's a thicker, spongy slice, spongy but not in a bad way. I mean, the name literally means Sfincione is sponge. So I'm not denigrating it there, calling it spongy. It's topped with a thick tomato sauce, caciocavallo, and breadcrumbs. It doesn't use mozzarella or fresh cheeses. They weren't as common in Sicily. I've learned from Scott Wiener about this. In Sicily, they did make the cow's milk cheeses, but those were for export. So those wouldn't have been used on pizzas in Sicily. So they were topping it with aged cheeses, which were a little cheaper, I guess. And now this gave rise in New York City to the New York Sicilian, which is pan-baked, usually in a deck oven in a 16 by 18 inch pan. Here you're using a low moisture mozzarella, sometimes fresh. So now you've got kind of like the Neapolitan and the Sicilian kind of mixing. You get the Sicilian crust with the Neapolitan toppings. Traditionally,
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but we are
No, your microphone, bud. Yeah, Adam, unfortunately we gotta wrap this up, dog.
oh, that's it.
Well, I wouldn't say that's it. One of the things I dropped into the chat was your list that you did way back in the day on Slice of how many regional pizza styles was that? Was it like 40 regional pizza styles?
That's you shouldn't have dropped that in the chat. That's garbage.
Oh, come
I
on.
updated. No, seriously. I updated it. Here, let me
why don't you drop the update in the chat? Adam, I know we could go on for another 15 minutes, and I wish we could. But
I didn't realize I was blabbing so long. So yeah, I updated that thing, and they never put my updates up on the slide. This is
so. Do you have the update now? Did you put that in the chat?
This was the update.
Beautiful.
So I'm sorry I blabbed too much.
No. It was beautiful, and I wish we could continue. I think right now all these regional pizza styles are going to be coming back, and a lot of people are just discovering them for the first time. So I'm really enjoying this renaissance in regional pizza styles that we're all experiencing. So thank you so much for educating people and for teaching people and for being like the first person I ever met that was extolling the virtues of so many pizza styles I never knew even existed.
Yeah, sure thing.
Awesome, Adam. Well, thank you
Thanks,
so much.
everybody.
Yeah, please say hello to Margot and the fam. Thank you for
Will do.
keeping on the spinning pizza. Thank you for Margot's, and thank you for being a troubadour and basically inventing the food blog. We really appreciate it. So we'll see you soon, okay, bud? And if you don't mind, maybe stay in the chat for a little bit and answer some questions.